Welcome to the Jamesburg Presbyterian Church. Today is Wednesday. It is July the 29th. It's good to see all of you here today. I hope you will get as much out of this as I get out of doing them, which is quite a bit. I've found these to be very challenging and entertaining too for me. So it's great to have all of you tuning in. For those of you who are tuning in later on in time, welcome. Great to have you. Good to have so many people involved and watching these devotionals. Let me bend over and pick up part of my prop. So I have here some feather dusters, 2 red and 3 brown, and I thought I would use them to represent, people, attitudes, life. And I thought I would represent this tube as life itself. We go through life. And so the illusion is, as the feather duster goes into the tube, where it is you and me, represented by the feather duster, going through life. And one of the things I've been talking about a lot is the attitudes that we bring to life. A lot of us bring a lot of negative stuff to life, and a lot of us bring a lot of positive stuff to life. And really the choice of what we bring to life is really up to you and me, for the most part. We can choose to allow others to influence us, and we can choose to allow circumstances to influence us, or we can decide that we're going to live our lives in a different way. But having said that, there are influences in life, people, attitudes that do provoke us. And sometimes those provocations are pretty significant. I'm giving the value red, or the red feather duster, I'm giving this the value of, let's say, anger. We could also say that it's bigotry, it's hatred, it's all the negative stuff that we bring to life. People often talk about anger being, I'm red hot with anger, I'm burning up with envy, these kinds of things. So we're going to just ascribe to or assign to the red feather duster those kinds of negative attributes. And as the feather duster goes through life, sometimes it comes out the same way, red, hot, angry. So we're going to put this one aside for just now. We're going to say that the brown feather duster represents the usual person, the attitudes that we bring to life that are positive. And sometimes those positive attitudes can be affected by the negative attitude. Sometimes we can be carried up with another person's anger so that we become angry too. We see this in our society. We see this in our culture, a kind of negativity. And we allow that to happen to ourselves. I'm saying that attitudes are choices. We make choices. We choose to be angry as we see the anger around us. And so just as the brown feather duster went into life and was influenced by the red feather duster that previously went in, so we see that this feather duster has become influenced. Now let's say that a person is pretty joy-filled, pretty happy, pretty full of positive attitudes. We see each day as a challenge, as a thing to get through, as a way of influencing our lives, and maybe we see ourselves as influences. So we're going to go through life. Again, the feather duster goes through life, and it does that positive thing. Let's say that a red feather duster, a person who has those negative characteristics, now goes through life. And they're around us. They're spending time around a person who is positive. What happens to that person? Can we influence that person to become positive? Can we influence the anger out of a person? And I believe that it is true that we can do that. We see that the red feather duster is now a brown feather duster, influenced by what was there before. Let's try that again. a brown feather duster goes into life, it comes out. Brown feather duster, positive attitude, a positive way of looking at life, joy-filled, sharing joy, sharing that positive attitude, that positive energy with others around us. And we have the red feather duster, the angry feather duster, that goes into this positive. And how does it come out? That's the question. Does it come out positive, or does it come out negative as it was before? It comes out positive. So there's only one feather duster now that remains angry, and we're going to leave it that way. Just remember that attitudes that we bring into life are choices. They're our choices. We can choose to be angry. We can choose to be positive. We can choose to live with joy and peace in our lives, or we can be influenced by those around us. It's really up to us. Are we being influenced, or are we the ones that influence others? I'm going to say something theological, and that is that I believe that God is the one who inspires those positive attitudes, that gift of joy, that gift of peace that should be in our hearts. These are the kinds of attitudes that prevail against all of the tough times of life. So as you're living your life, think about what kind of attitudes you want to have in your life and how you want to influence those around us. Do we want to influence others in a positive way or in a negative way? Do we want to live our lives with joy and peace, or do we want to live our lives with that anger, with hostility, with all of the negatives that we can have in life? The choice is really yours and mine. And I'm going to choose to live in a positive way. Thank you for tuning in. Think about how you are influencing people this week, and go out and be that positive attitude. Thank you very much.